Grok already. But with Moskov, I don't feel that it's necessarily a priority ban. Yeah, I would ban out the Claude instead. And yeah, they do take out both of them, both the late game kind of insurance that Mythic Seal might have on top of the sustainability that Alice can provide in that mid game. They still lack that late game damage to go through. And Mythic Seal, I mean, with the Claude Moskov being taken out, there's still a lot of choices. Nathan does a lot of magic damage, but you kind of focus funnel all into magic damage, and it becomes very easy to itemize against, especially if you are the Phobius. So there is that possibility that they might go to something along the lines of carry, maybe.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What? They go for the Belleric.
Yeah.
This actually has been picked twice in Myanmar somehow. I expected this pick,
Okay.
if we're casting MPL PH, maybe we'd see the Belleric from Chaknu. But no, this is a Belleric pick for Mythic Seal. I'm not too sure how it'll work out, because in the Philippines, at least, how the Belleric was used was you get a low Yi together with the Belleric, so you get him into these creative angles with the diversion. But it does seem like, it's going to be the Angela mid, and it's going to be Belleric Roam, so no possible low Yi pick unless they want to pull off something crazy in the gold lane. It is good, however, by the way, against the Phobius, against the Nolan. That's the Bruno and the Tigreal. A very normal composition for Falcon Esports to go up against a very gnarly composition of Mythic Seal. That's a Belleric, and now last pick, it's a MIYA. What is Zaya cooking? Belleric is already wild. They go for the MIYA pick, and I'm not too sure about this, man. What do you think, Mo?
We are in uncharted territory right here, right? Two of the least picked heroes that I've ever seen, and Mythic Seal, they pull out the MIYA out of the bag. This is some pocket strategies. This is some dark web stuff, man.
Oh, it truly is. This seems like it's illegal to pull off in a competitive scene, let alone a grand finals. To qualify for a world championship. I don't know about this. Mythic Seal, what are you cooking? It's Jide Ozo with the Revitalize. So it's not going to be a flicker. It's just purely a reaction Belleric. He's going to try to use the Wraith of the Dryads purely to counter some of the setups, some of the engages that Falcon Esports can put on them. But remember, man, for Mythic Seal, they're going to have to rely on the late game quite a bit. The MIYA scales in the mid to late, the Alice as well. And that will give Falcon Esports at least some time to go and invade in the jungle. We'll see, folks, Falcon Esports versus Mythic Seal in the grand finals of the M6 Myanmar qualifiers. Crazy drafts from Mythic Seal already as we get into game number 1. They're starting off, as expected, guns blazing. Falcon Esports, though, as usual, will take their time to try to download their opponents as we get into the land of dawn, but we're going to have to chill for a bit here. Let's talk a bit more. We have some more time now to talk about what this MIYA and Belleric was picked for. What do you think it was picked for, man?
Bro, I was just telling you, right? The difference between Zippy and Benny, the way they utilize their gold laners. Zippy seems like he wants to engage more often. Mythic Seal are going against the grain right here. Putting Zippy on a character like MIYA would mean that, yeah, you don't want MIYA to be engaging in your fights as of often at all. You want MIYA to be farming. So Mythic Seal, it looks like they're going for that, the OG Chinese strat, protect the president, 四保一, just protect one person, and MIYA will be that president.
Definitely seems that way, right? I don't know how they're going to protect Mr. President all the way when you've got so many assassins, at least in the early game. When it comes to the front to back, yes, I definitely understand how much peel that they have with this composition. Heck, even healing. And Zeep is actually doing a good job. How about Inspire already, too? Man, early resource burnt out. You're very vulnerable here as a MIYA. But Zippy knows how to play the MIYA, it seems, to all the way. Like he knows the calculations of this hero all the way to the T.
Yeah, we do have a skirmish in the mid lane. The Lantern finds its mark. Justin already using that flicker, but he does not get out. The first blood will be given to Falcon Esports, but they are continuing the chase. But I doubt that they can find any more kills. They don't have the damage, but vengeance comes true from Yellow Flash, and Dex gets the follow-up kill onto today. It's a 1-for-1 trade still. Dax getting chased down. That's the Nolan. That's all the early game advantage on the Alice, already proving to be a menace in the early game. The Sacred Hammer coming out from Dex as he finds his mark, and they do clear out Ken. They just wipe their advantage away. It's an even 1-for-1 trade.
It's a 3-for-3 at the end of that skirmish, but honestly, I feel like it's worth it for Mythic Seal, a team that needs to scale into the mid to late. Just got 3 kills on the board. That's a fair trade. Up against Falcon Esports, who, on paper at least, we should expect to actually take the early game a bit better. No, Mythic Seal were the ones to initiate it. They were the ones to play in the early game. Already kind of, wiping our expectations here. Mythic Seal, also Zippy playing very aggressively, but Falcon Esports wants to fight again.
Yeah, the turtle being gone on, hard guard already being used, Infernal Pursuit popped as well. Zitty is dangerously low as he falls. Ooh, he does get the kill. Dex still in that background, and the rest of Mythic Seal, they are low. The hard guard with the Angela is still available. Alice, he's at a sliver of HP, and he managed to get us scot-free, but they lose turtle. 2 members of Mythic Seal go down in the end.
Oh, man. But again, though, for Mythic Seal, we got to remember their game plan, their win condition here. And their win condition is literally just to get to those item power spikes for Zippy and Ken. The fact that even in the early game where Falcon Esports should have an advantage, aren't able to deal with Ken just yet with the hard guard. It's already becoming kind of a problem for Falcon Esports. And to make it even better for Mythic Seal, Ken survived. He got the turtle. He will be able to scale even more now as he continues to farm up his jungle. Meanwhile, for Kid X, yeah, with the Tigreal, you can go for the lockdown. You can go for these big pickoffs. Oh, mid lane, Justin.
Oh, not finding it smart with a fracture on Justin. Justin, he will be the main goal of Falcon Esports, right? If you take that Angela out, the hard guard is taken out of the equation. There is nothing to worry about, so you can go for these free and easy picks.
Very easy, very clean, as long as, Mr. Justin Man doesn't keep healing. Yellow Flash!
Yellow Flash. Oh my god, that final slash coming through. They do find a flash kill onto PX7. And PX7, similar to how Angela will be that first pick for for Falcon Esports, Mythic Seal, they want to have PX7 be on that back lanes as much as possible. They don't want him to be in front. Just pepper spray everybody in front. And now we do have a slight engagements on the bottom lane. Final slash being used. Royal Milk actually goes down. This is huge for Mythic Seal because they are fighting for the mid to late game, as you said. And now with that, they secured that gold advantage.
This is massive for Mythic Seal. Massive in the early game. The fact that you already have what happened there? Ken was able to get a turret down below too. Seems we are going to have to kind of throw away a little bit of those assets. But yeah, Mythic Seal, they have a 1,000 gold lead building up almost in the early game, in the first 4 minutes of the game, because of the first turtle, a few of those trades happening on the board. This is more than just great. This is amazing for Mythic Seal scaling, and they can continue to just look for the fights.
And yeah, we do have the Sacred Hammer being used as an initiation, but does Falcon Esports actually want to initiate this?
Wow.
They might not want to do so. Hardcore already being popped. Royal Milk will be the first victim to fall as we have Kid X in that fray. He does not have the implosion. Nothing doing for the side of Falcon Esports as all the members, they do have to disengage. Oh my god.
That's
it's
ridiculous.
Hard. It's hard.
It really is. I mean, what are you supposed to do here? It's anti-MLBB. You can't deal damage. You can't go for fights. And Zippy can always just pop that ultimate to escape from any of the assassination attempts from Dax here. That'll be very, very tough already. Add on to that ultimate. Add on to the outplay potential of the MIYA. That's a free turtle. It's a Mythic Seal. They don't even need to use the retry on it. Ken? Oh, going in for Kid X.
Yeah, final slash. Trying to force some team fight, and Kid X actually goes down here despite having this Sacred Hammer, not being able to pop it off in time. That lockdown just proving to be a bit too strong coming out from Mythic Seal. And this is a team that should not be winning the early game here. Dex, though, he's trying to find some sort of consolation prize onto Zippy, but he gets taunted. He's the one in danger. How is he the one in danger? He is a Nolan at this point. And Mythic Seal, they have defied all expectations. The draft that should not be working, it's completely, fully functioning right now. Fully functioning.
It's because of the Angela. It really is because of the Angela. That global presence of the hard guard as well. Whenever Zippy is in any danger, yeah, he can pop in that ultimate, can pop into Inspire, has outplay potential, but then there's going to be another layer of HP. Yellow Flash!
Flicker with that final slash onto PX7 instantly gets decimated. Royal Milk will be second on the chopping block. Pops the Infernal Pursuit, survives for now, but Zippy already on the back line, joining the fight, dealing the damage. Implosion on the back line. Zitty, he will give up his life, but they do get the middle turret and another kill. Kid X will go down. 3-1 will be the exchange as they go for more. They want that secondary turret. Dex, he is around. He wants to deal the damage, but Ken spots him out. Dex, he's nothing doing at the moment. He has to run away.
Man, Mythic Seal just utilizing the mid-game power spike that honestly we were expecting. The mid-game power spike for Mythic Seal is where they should be looking for fights, where they should be thriving. But like you said already, Mo, they didn't do it in the mid game. They didn't get stomped in the early game. They were actually fighting. They were the ones that go for these skirmishes in the early game to get that lead as well. Now it's a 3.4k goal lead at the 7-minute mark. We're getting into turtle number 3, and it already seems like Mythic Seal have outscaled Falcon Esports because take a look at Zippy. This is not the Zippy that we know. You said this as well. Usually Zippy wants to participate in these fights, wants to go for team fight participation with the early game gold laners. No, completely different with the MIYA, and Mythic Seal are looking for another fight.
While all this is happening, Zippy on the bottom lane, going that macro game. Mythic Seal, even if they lose this fight, they do get the macro advantage going for them, but Alice is ready in. Infernal Pursuit pop, and Royal Milk dies in that 5v4. Yellow Flash going in, showing why he's the Flash with that final slash. But now a lot of damage dealt to that bottom lane turret, and losing that team fight, Falcon Esports, they are in dangerous territory, man.
Very dangerous, very dangerous. And honestly, usually when you're in a dangerous territory, there's going to be warnings, there's going to be signs, to tell you to walk away. But Falcon Esports can't really do that. They can't walk away from this. If they do, they're going to have their turrets taken away. If they fight, Zippy can just go onto the other side of the map and look for a trade. And again, Dax, you can try all you want, but Zippy will have a hard guard, will have an ultimate as well. That's anti-CC. That's literally a built-in purify to just escape. And for Mythic Seal, I was already saying, right? Bigatron Alpha, the team that actually utilizes composition in MPL ID, they used the Gatot Kacha instead of the Bellrig. The Gatot was banned, and they were able to find a replacement with the Bellrig that does a very similar job, has a lot of CC, especially if people try to dive onto him, and can bring up the Revitalize to help Ken even further out that lead that he has with the Sustain. It's already ridiculous to have the Alice plus the Angela together. You add in someone that can bring in this Revitalize, and it just becomes an unkillable Alice. Even in the early game, Dax should be able to recall still. Mythic Seal just playing it slow, knowing that there's no real need for them to rush, right? Because again, this is a mid to late game composition. They are literally in no rush to go for skirmishes, but Falcon, they are.
Yeah, they are in a rush, and pepper spray being used, but then the implosion not being able to find and smart Zippy. He will survive for now, and he's dealing the damage. He's still alive in the back lines. As long as he's alive, the rest of Falcon Esports, they will fall, and 3 members do indeed go down for the side of Falcon Esports. Hard guard.
It's ridiculous stuff.
Too much right now.
It's too ridiculous. What are you supposed to do against this, right? I had the same sentiment, same statement. It almost feels like deja vu when I casted that match when BTR got the Gatot, got the Alice, got the Angela too, and it's the same here. Mythic Seal are controlling the game, but even better. They're doing it so much better. They're playing in the early game, winning it out in the mid game. This is what you can expect, even if they bait out the ult from Zippy. We were talking about that. Yeah, you bait out the Inspire, you bait out the ult from Zippy, you can go for the CC, but then there's going to be another layer of, white HP bar that you're going to have to deal with. Plus, the re-engage potential of Yellow Flash, the re-engage potential of Zide, and then, last but definitely not least, the cleanup potential of Mr. Ken on the Alice. It almost feels like it's already a done deal unless Falcon Esports catch Mythic Seal making a big mistake, like diving into the base without, with some of their resources up. But even now with Zippy, final slash.
Final slash, not finding its mark. I mean, PX7, he does have that mobility in ultimate, right? And the worst thing about this is, right, Zippy looks like he has no boots, and they aren't able to catch him because of that hard guard alone.
You're really, it's going to be tough. I don't know how they're going to be able to catch him. And Ken, he's going for something completely different. He's going for the Holy Crystal. He jumps in as well.
Yeah, we do see him jumping in the back line. The implosion onto 4 members. This might be it for Falcon Esports, but Mythic Seal, they are proving to be too sustainable. The rest of the damage, there is no damage onto Mythic Seal. They are the damage as they pressure in the Lord, and they get the first series. Congratulations to Mythic Seal.
This must just be a Ken special, man.